Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. I'm James, the founder of Arca Solutions, developers of eDirectory. Thanks for joining us today. I am joined today by Emerson and Gabriel from our marketing team. Hi, guys. As well as Daniel, who's our director of operations. So thanks for joining. We're going to talk a little bit today about getting into the holiday spirit with your directory site and closing out the year strong. So we're looking forward to that. This webinar will be recorded and we'll post a copy of it on our blog within 24 hours or so. And so you can go to the blog on eDirectory.com to check that out later if you'd like. If anybody has any questions, you can post them into the chat during the webinar, and we will stop periodically and pick up the questions. As well as at the end of the webinar, we'll have much more time to answer many more questions. So just post the questions into the chat. Thank you. And I'm going to share my screen now. So let's see. Here we go. And there we go. There's Queen. Okay, can everybody see that okay? Did that come up? All right. So preparing your website for the holidays, getting the holiday spirit. I know it's that time of year. Everybody's kind of thinking about, what they're going to do at the end of the year for New Year's, for Christmas, for whatever else. So before we start that though, first I'd just like to talk very quickly about just the eDirectory platform and what it is for anybody that's new here. eDirectory is a platform that we offer that makes listing style, directory style websites, as well as mobile apps, native mobile apps. So it's used for all sorts of different things. These are things from niche vendor directories. Often B2B magazines use them for, directors of vendors within their sector. Other things such as guides in specific categories, local search. It's used for a lot of local search sites and everything else you can possibly imagine. It has a content management system. You can import listings and data. People can claim listings. It does ratings and reviews. Basically a content management system for listing style sites. So if you have more questions about the platform in general, you can reach out to our account management team. We'll post the links in the chat and we can get you a demo if you're interested in that. So first, we're going into the end of the year and I know how everybody's feeling. It's holiday time, but don't be like that cat is my advice to everybody. It is time to hustle through the finish line for you and your staff and everybody. So so the first thing is just to think about, what you can do at the end of the year to take advantage of the time. It's kind of interesting because a lot of times we see that some businesses are sort of closing up a little bit, but often they have an end of year budget that they got to close out and spend before the year. So you may be able to sell some listings or some other packages to get things going. Other types of things like restaurant guides and that stuff, actually it may be a very busy time for the user side of the site. So it's actually a good time to do stuff and get stuff going. So the other thing that you can do is use some of this time to make plans for what you're going to do on the year ahead. That's another important thing that you can potentially do. So one thing that we suggest is just doing some site adjustments to add some holiday cheer to your site. These can be in whatever colors you want, of course. A couple pieces to this. Some of it is just the design. You may add a special thing, like Google. You see Google on Google site, they often change the little Google icon occasionally for that. The other thing you can add is content around the holidays, promotions as well, content, and then set up automation to automatically sort of handle the content, handle incoming requests and that sort of stuff over the holiday period. So for the design part, the key pieces to that are your logo. You may want to change your logo a little bit, put some snow or some reindeers or whatever on that. The colors on the site, you can make some slight temporary adjustments there. That's done in the site manager. We'll have Emerson log in and show you how to do this real quick after I get through this presentation. And then the sliders. The sliders are these big images that we have in a widget on the top of our default theme. And those are big images that kind of slide through, and you can add a couple of those around, you know, some holiday promos, some holiday stuff there. For the content, one of the big things is updating your contact page, depending if you're not going to be receiving, you know, if you're going to slow down during the holidays, you may want to put some information about that there. You can also take your ad zones and put in a couple of your own ads to, you know, put in some things like happy holidays, those kind of things, just to give the site sort of a feeling there. And then, of course, some holiday messages, you know, through the site, you know, wherever else. Also, some other things that you can do related to content are set up some holiday lists. These are things like, you know, what to do on New Year's Day, what to do on Christmas Day with kids, if you're doing sort of a local guide. Other things, depending on if you're a real B2B thing, you may try to, you know, write content around helping people manage the holiday rush, if they have a holiday rush, those type of things as well. So lots of places you can do that. Let me see here. We had a question come in, so let me just check that real quick. The automation settings, yeah, we'll go to that quickly. Charlene, we had a question, how can you expand on the automation settings? We will show you that. And Gabriel just posted in the chat some links to some holiday colors, which is helpful. Okay, so let me get back to the presentation. And then general content, announcements on the homepage, you know, hey, we'll be back in January if you're going to close down for a little bit, those kind of things. Also, as I mentioned, blog posts and articles with very, very specific content. Those content lists, those type of things are great for the holidays. Also, you know, if businesses are going to be closed or those kind of things in the listings, you may want to update some of that. The mobile app, you can also adjust some of the content in the mobile app. You don't need to submit those content adjustments, resubmit the app for a lot of those to go live as far as the content goes. Automation. So eDirectory has obviously automated credit card payments, and that makes it a lot easier where people can still order and pay and upgrade and stuff, depending. And you can change the content approval settings. For that, external medias, the social networks, you want to post some holiday messages in those. Also automatic messages with your newsletter system, and also if you're doing other things around that. And yeah, so I think at this point I'll turn it over to Emerson if I can, and he can show quickly the back end there. So let me stop my sharing. And Emerson, are you able to pick it up and just show them quickly how to get in the site manager and make a couple of those adjustments there?
Yes, sure. Let me share my screen just a second. I hope you can see my screen here. I'm just logged in my dashboard, and let me just show you quickly about the automation on the approval settings, because it will make easier if you are not around, and don't lose anything important on your website, any good content. So here we can go to settings and then general settings. When we scroll down a little bit, we'll see this one option for comments and reviews options is this site manager must approve the review, comments, and the reply. So this is important to curate your content so you can take full control of the content and its quality. So it's good to let this box checked for that. But if you're not around, especially on these holidays, you can just uncheck this and do the creation later. But we recommend to leave this checked so you can do the follow-ups accordingly in a timely manner for comments and reviews. Now for the items and the content of our website, just like listings, events, classifieds, articles, and for the banner ads, you can use the same logic and uncheck the boxes to make it automatically approved. So if we check this box, it will create like a moderation queue, so you will be notified by mail. There's a new listing that needs to be approved, whether it's free or paid or just an updated content, you will be notified to make the approval. But again, if you're not around, you can just uncheck these boxes for all modules. It's the same for everything here, just to make it more automated, and you can just like forget about it for a few days, and later you can check the timeline on your dashboard and do all the curation later. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And one more thing regarding the automation on the website, we have the recurring revenue. So let me just go back here on even on settings, but on manage levels and pricing. If you have your payment gateway connected to a directory, just like authorize.net or Stripe or PayPal, you can enable the recurring payment. So all the renewals, whether it's annually or monthly, will be done automatically by the gateway. So you don't have to worry about. So it's just a simple box that you can tick here, and that's it. It's pretty simple to create this automation, so you don't have to worry about the most basic aspects of your website, just like approving contents and sending the manual invoices for people. That's pretty much it on my end here, James, regarding the automation. Do you want me to show anything else about the page?
Maybe just show where to, maybe just show where to edit the sliders. Some of those page design things on the front where they can change some of the colors in the slider thing.
Okay, perfect.
And then we'll open it up for questions. If anybody has any questions on this or anything else, you can just pop them into the chat and we'll pick those up as they come in. Okay, so here on basic information is where you can change your website logo, the main page, even the favicon icon, which is this little one here. So you can create one with the Christmas hats, for example, and you will just use this section to update your contents, at least for logos. Here we have the on general settings, just a minute here. Yes. Oh, we went through this, and then on design. So here we have on the design tab, we'll have colors and fonts. Gabriel just shared a link for an Adobe color wheel that can use to create a different palette of colors for your website. So here you can customize it accordingly. If you click here on this link, you'll see a sample of where each color is on your website, so you can have a better idea of what to change. This is for fonts and border options, very simple as well. And let me just go to the page editor and show the home page, for example. If you add to the home page, you can see the search box widget, where is the main slider. Is one of the options we have available. This one on our test websites here, you just click on the pencil icon to make the edits. It's pretty simple as well. Let me just pick one, for example. If you're placing a holiday message or a Christmas or a New Year's Eve message, etc., you just click on the slide and you can
added the title, the summary description, which is the second tagline on the slider. I can show you on the front end so you can see it easily. You can place a custom link, for example, or a link to an internal page, and take advantage of this Unsplash integration for photos, so you can have perfect images for your website. Let me put something here just to show an example.
And for people that aren't aware, Unsplash is an image bank, an open source sort of image bank where the images are free, so you can get some stock images out of there at no cost.
Yeah, some very good pictures here. So just type in the term, and it will show a lot of results for your website. Just pick the one you like the most, and that's it. So again, the title and the summary description on the slider. Let me just close this here. We can show you the front end, so you know exactly what you're going to change on your website. So that's it. This is the title and the description for the main slider on this search widget. I guess it covers pretty much everything on this, James.
Okay, great. Thanks, Emerson. Let's see, do we have any questions coming in? We got one from Barb Keck. When someone does an update and it goes into pending, does the person get an email that their account will not show, that their listing will not show until the site manager approves the pending listing? I don't know if it gets an email. Do you know that offhand? But it does say listing is in pending, and it gives you some message after the sponsor updates it while it's in the moderation queue. So there is some information there. They're not going dark on that. Do you know if there's an email sent though, Emerson? I'm not sure offhand.
There is an email that's sent to the listing owner, but they also can check their dashboard that will show the status of the listing. So they can see if it's active or pending, but I'm going to double check this.
From Charlene, a suggestion regarding scheduling and articles and blogs is the publish on date. We don't have that. I thought we pushed that out. It's certainly in the product pipeline if that isn't out already. I will check on that feature there, Charlene, if the publish on date for the content, for the scheduling, for the non-listing things like blog entries and articles. But certainly scheduling, certainly a time saver. And if it's not out, it will be out very soon. And then we got one from Michael Kirshner. Looks like we got a complaint. He's having some issues with his website. Michael, I will check and see what's going on. I know we've dealt with you a number of times, and I'll check personally on your support ticket here later in the day, and get back to you and see what's up with that. I know we've done quite a bit of changes there, and I'll see what I can do there right after this webinar. Any recommendations on getting logos designed, best practices for the sizes? So logo design is an interesting one. You can go high end to automated. You can basically make your own. There's a bunch of sort of online logo generators that will, create things or sort of create initial things for you. Or you can go out and hire like an identity firm that'll come out and do a bunch of branding and a bunch of imaging for you. And that can cost, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, et cetera, on that. So as far as recommendations, I don't know if we have any recommendations. Probably this in terms of the sizing also, there's some default size for the logo, but if you want to make it bigger, something that can be done as well. I don't know if we have any real recommendations for that. I'd probably recommend you go out and look around and look at some logos that you like, and then you can use those as a basis, and you can hire a freelancer on Fiverr or something like that to try to get them to do a logo for you if you're not a designer yourself. And probably there's some other content on the internet that you could research about doing logo design. I don't know, I have too much to add on that, so sorry. Question, another comment about the scheduling. Yeah, absolutely. Date and time for scheduled articles absolutely needs the time. That's important, of course. I'll note that and I'll check and we'll follow up with you on where that is for that. Great. Any more questions? Just pop them in. Any more comments from Daniel or Gabriel? Anything you guys want to add here?
No, not now. Just to explore the options that we have inside Site Manager, and also with the links that we shared with the webinar, you should be good to customize both colors and images from your website easily.
Okay, great. And can someone please get in contact me with my Google Ads working? Yes, we'll note that and have somebody check on that. All right. Okay, anything else for today? Any other questions? If not, I guess I'd just like to welcome everybody, you know, wish everybody happy holidays, and product team's hard at work, and we're going to have more things coming out in the other part of the year. Hopefully we'll have a new version out early next year. Hopefully by February we'll have something out. I can't post right now exactly what's in it, but we'll have updates on that coming soon but the team is working hard on that. And if anybody orders today or now, they'll still be in the range where they'll get a free upgrade for that. We had a question from Moses on homepage text are so faint. Can you make it much more visible? Yeah, I think changing the homepage text, there's probably two things. One of them may be that filter on the main slider image where they can take the filter off, or just changing the text colors. One of those two options. If you want to reach out, you can reach out to support and they can take a look at the site and help you get that done. Support, we have live chat on there, or it may just be best to send in a ticket and just see if somebody can take a look at it and reach out to you. Tell them exactly which page you're looking at, and they'll our team will reach out for that. You can send an email to support eDirectory for that.
James, just a quick heads up about the email notification. When a listing is added to the site, the listing owner receives an email with the link for the payments. And once the listing is approved, there's another email sent to the listing owner stating that it's active. Great. So we have this notification. One other thing about the recommendation for logo design. We have more room for horizontal logos. So that is one tip we can give to people. Use it more horizontal than vertical.
But if you want to make a vertical, if you want to put a vertical one in there, we'll get it done for you. So just get a logo you're happy with, and if you upload it and it doesn't look quite right, reach out to our support team. We'll help you get it done there.
Okay. Just another quick tip. If you're going to use some text on your logo, be sure to be a big text, because in mobile devices, this text can be maybe too small to read. Yeah, so that's a good it's another one.
Okay, great. Sure. Will the deals be updated in the next version? Yes, it'll be probably more like coupon type things instead of a Groupon type thing. So there'll be more flexibility there to have more sort of open deals on that. But yeah, that'll be out very soon. That's definitely I think we've already finished that and it's just waiting to get released. I just purchased an upgrade to 13. Will I need to purchase the next one? So the upgrade, our annual for the owned license, the annual support, it's an annual thing, and it includes support plus the upgrades during that year. And if you're on the monthly version, the hosted license, the monthly one, then it's included and you don't need to pay for any upgrades, our monthly license. But our own license, it's an annual thing for that.
James,
yeah,
maybe, yeah, we can check here for Honda, but because there is the option to just purchase the upgrade one time without the annual support. Maybe if that's the case, then
Yeah,
Which would require-
yeah, if you guys can note this, we can reach out and just see what we can do, on that for, all right. Great. Any more questions? Any more questions? Okay. Okay, well, I guess it's a pretty easy question list today. So thanks, everybody. What about, SVG web, for graphics? This is I believe it's an image format, right? Igor just added a question there. What about SVG?
Yes. .svg and .web are specifically for web use only.
Okay, so these are graphics formats.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there may be. I'll check on that and see. I'll check on that and see what'll be support. I know we try to keep things up to date. So if there's a new, more efficient image format, we do that. We do have the PNG image format, I know, and I'm not sure if these ones are supported or not, but we'll check on it. And if it's the new thing out there, probably at some point we'll try to support those for that. If not, you can convert them as well. Just got the license and paid for upgrading. Yeah, so if you got the annual one, then it's good for a year. We'll check on your account, Charlene, and see what's involved there and be in touch with you on that, as well as the Google Ads thing. So yeah, okay, well, great. Well, thanks, everybody. Happy holidays. We'll be here. Oh wait, we have one more thing. Video is huge. Everyone's video inclined. Is there a possibility of using video as the main image in an article? Yeah, I think they can embed an image there with the HTML editor if they want already. The other thing you can do, I think, so there are ways to do that. Probably just reach out and send us an example is probably best for our support. Like, hey, I want to put this video here in my article, and then we'll figure out a way to get that done for you as far as embedding video in there for that. And yeah, so happy holidays, everybody. Our support, we will be open. Usually our demand goes down a little bit during the holidays. So we will have a little bit of a lighter staff. I don't expect it, just from years past, I don't expect it to have any sort of quality or things to take longer than it typically does. Over the years, we've gotten a lot better at it. And so we expect to have our support manned pretty well during this period, but we will have another number of people out. But if you need something, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Happy holidays, Happy New Year. And thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks.
Oh, and we'll have another webinar on the 12th of January. I almost forgot that. And what's the webinar on the 12th, Emerson?
Is one that we're going to talk about the best practice on launching or relaunching your project. So would be strategies and a lot of other good stuff for launching your websites.
Yeah, launch plan. Okay, great. Okay, thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks
a lot.
Bye.